Okay, welcome back everybody. Okay, just as we said, in this segment we are currently in part 2 and part 2. This is still CSS level 1, and this time around we are looking at linking CSS files with HTML. So in this section we'll learn how to link CSS and HTML. So let's dive in. Now I'll go straight to my text editor, then my browser, right? If you notice, this was where we stopped in our previous lecture, right? So we're gonna continue from where we stopped, and this time around I will just do some cleanup because I wanted to just explain to you the inline styling, and I believe you understood the inline styling. Now what you'll be making use of mainly is a linking of your HTML and CSS file. Now let me show you the extensions again. Inside the folder I have part1.css and part1.html, right, on the same folder. Take note of that. This is CSS level 1 training folder. So I will collapse this again. Alright, so then let me have my h1 here. I have h1. I can tell this is the heading. This is the heading. This is the heading. I save, then I refresh. Right, this is the heading. This h1, this is the heading. You can see there. Okay, I put together now. Sorry for that interruption. Alright, so this is the heading 1. I have the paragraph, right? We can say let's see a list because we want to make a list. So let's see a list, right? Then the next thing I want to add, we are talking about a list and I want it to be ordered list. I believe what I'm currently doing now is no longer strange to us because this is what we have done. True of us, true. So we have item 1. So in order to speeding up the development process, I'll just copy this. Copy. I'll paste it 2 more times. Right, item 1, item 2, and item 3. Right, I save, then I refresh. Okay, I save, then I refresh. Can you see? I love what I'm seeing already. Okay, now the next thing we'll do, we said okay, let me add header 4. Let me say h4. Let me say this is the header 4. This is the header 4. I save, then I refresh. This is the header 4. Now let me say now this is what we want. This is what we tend doing in our HTML, right? So the next thing now, like if you are currently hearing some sound, the rain is falling in my side. I don't know of yours. So, and I just had to make this video because this is the only free time I have. Okay. So this is the header 4, right? Now for us to link this CSS, this time around we said we are looking at the linking of the CSS and HTML. For us to link this HTML with our CSS, we'll come to the header. That is the head of the HTML. Inside the header, we will call what is known as a link. You notice what I start typing autocomplete is there, a link, right? We have the rel. This rel means the relationship, and the relationship is the style sheet. This ref, it means the name of our CSS file. And what is the name of our CSS file? We have part1.css, right? part1.css. Can you see now? part1.css. I save. Notice when I refresh, nothing changes, right? It's still the same thing. But the good news now is our CSS have been successfully linked to our HTML. Now for us to apply these styles, we'll come over to our CSS. Now let me, before doing anything, let me explain comments again. I believe now you understand comments. This is CSS comment. But you have the /, then a star. You type in anything, a star, then a / again. Right? Or the easiest way, after typing anything, you can just Control / to comment it. I believe you know what is a comment now. Comments are unexecutable code. Now, when we are talking about this .css extension, it has a format, and this is a format we have selected. We have the selected tag, right? We'll call the selected tag, then we'll now call this bracket. What you're seeing, and this is not a bracket, this is called the colibris. This is called the colibris. Yes, like this. Colibris. That's the spelling, right? That's the spelling, the colibris. So after that, we now have the property, just as Nigerians call it, property, right? Then we have the semicolon, a colon, and then the value. This is the format. Are we together? Yes, I believe so. So let me highlight this. Let me comment this out. Now, let me first of all, we have the selected tag, right? The selected tag. Let me look at my CSS, my HTML. We have h1. Okay, let me call h1. Say h1. So the selected tag now is what? h1. My colibris, which is this? Which is what you are seeing here. I enter. Then the property. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? That's the property now. I want to add a color, right? Then what color? Red. That's the value. I save. Then I refresh. You can see now that our header one, the color red has been applied. Okay. The same thing if I want to apply color to all the L1 or the ordered list. I will just come over here and then I call OL to apply color to all the ordered list. I can say okay, OL, then I say color, then I said okay, green, the value. I save, I refresh. You can see now that the green is not really. Now we have several ways of naming colors. This is the normal using the color names. There is what we call the hexadecimal code. There is what we call the RGB, and so on. So now, can you see this now? The same thing, I can style the head, the H4 by just calling H4. You can see now that our code looks more simpler and much more easier to read than we passing in the inline styling. Are you with me now? So in our next clip, we are going to be talking more. We'll continue with this development. So for now, let's stop here, and I'll see you in just a moment. Thank you.